Hello everybody, welcome back to another rebuild, and as you can see we're going over to France where we will be taking the challenge of Montpellier, who are, you may be shocked to know, are lying rock bottom of Ligue 1. 4 wins from 31, there's still 3 more games to go, and yeah, mathematically they will finish bottom and will be relegated at the end of this season. This is where we come in. We will try and not let that happen. We're going to try and completely do the opposite, where we will be giving ourselves 10 seasons maximum to try and get them to the top of the table, overthrow PSG, and maybe win a European trophy. And we need to do this within 10 seasons. If we do it beforehand, then we'll stop the video, but we will be giving ourselves up to 10 seasons. Otherwise, this video could go on forever. We won't be disabling the first window, as we've got 4 million euros to spend, with quite a bit of wage budget as well. 368, whether some of that has been used up, I don't know. But the last time Montpellier won the title was back in 2012. We have won the French Cup the last time back in 1990, so it will be nice to win some other trophies along the way. I don't think we've got any European trophies. That's French Division 2, 2B and A. No, we haven't. So that'll be quite a nice thing to do as well, but we'll see how we go. I do like that kit though, I must admit. It's very nice. I do like the bit of orange on there. Favoured formation, which I very much approve of. A couple of loan obligations, 3 in, 1 out. Nicolin is the chairperson. Would like us to play defensively solid football. Yes, we don't tend to do that, but okay, we can do it for the first couple of seasons, I guess, just to stay in the division. Finish mid-table. They're not doing that currently, are they? Be competitive in the French Cup and work towards becoming self-sustainable. Top half finish once again. Yeah, so they want us to finish in the top half. There's no ambitions to win the league, not yet at least anyway, but they do want to build a new stadium. So the club vision will be to develop players using the youth system, play high tempo pressing football, but you want us to play defensively. Okay, that's contradictory, but we'll go with it. Finish mid-table, blah blah. We'll have a look straight into the finances. We've got 4 million with 15 million in the bank, which is nice, and we are at the top end of the wages budget, so we might be able to bring 1 player in, possibly if we adjust the wages. Any debts or loans? 28.5 million, which they are paying just under 100 grand a month back, and a net debt of 13 mil. We'll have a look at the youth team, because they want us to use the youth system, don't they? So if we have a look at our under-19s, well, those that are have got good ability already, and it's Yanis Issoufou, could become a star player, potentially a lot better than Wahibi. Not too bad, I guess. He's needs to be a little bit quicker though, but the potential's there. They've also got Robin Tilland Herard, a striker. Could become a star player and potentially slightly better than Andy Delort. Okay, let's have a look at his bit of stats. Good finishing, 13. Reasonably quick already. Okay, and good heading as well. Determination off the ball. Work rate's not brilliant though, to be fair, but he's only 16 years old. So a fair bit of players there. Again, the highest potential of those is 15-year-old goalkeeper, Yerdren. Again, not bad stats to start off with. Work rate needs to improve on that. Good leadership, decisions, bravery, pace. Can't jump, sort of aerial reach. He can command sort of the area. Reflexes are pretty high and good one-on-ones as well. So that's not bad. A player to look out for. I think at 15, we'll probably look at that 3-4 years down the line though. Let's have a look at our second team, which doesn't seem much better, to be fair. If we have a look at our squad, which is very, very small indeed. Ouch. We don't want to let anybody go. Any expiries here then? What we got? 2 on loan to us. A goalkeeper. Okay. They expire next season. Got a lot of 30 plus. I mean, as long as they're not adverse to signing 30 plus players, we may need them in order to survive for the experience and bring some of these youngsters through the ranks. That would be the plan. We go the other end. We got Fayad, 20-year-old midfielder. We'll try and use these youngsters rather than the older players, but like I say, If the older players can be played and nurture some of these, then that'll be quite good as well. 20-year-old left back, Lucas Mincarelli. I mean, it's not bad stats. Could be better. 20 years old though. 21-year-old Cameroon, Enzo Tacho. Again, not bad right back. Physicals look pretty good actually. Good work rate as well. Determination. Crossing and dribbling, not really. We've also got Omaragic, defender. He's here for a couple of seasons. That's good because we're going to need that. Physical's okay. Marking, heading, tackling, work rate. Positions are not bad. Okay, hopefully they can improve as well. I mean, he's got good potential. Speaking of potential, there's another one here. Jotard, 22-year-old DM. He's probably arguably our best player, and he's with us for another couple of seasons as well. No doubt somebody will try and pick him off us. But he's played 120 games for us and 1 goal. I would like a little bit more of an effort there, but not many stats under 10 though, to be fair. He's got good teamwork and work rate. That's a good. And physicals aren't too bad. Mentals look okay. Good passing, marking, tackling and technique. Yeah, fine for a DM for me. What we'll do, we'll have a look, see what there is in the market, see what we're missing after we've sorted the formation out, and then we'll come straight back before the start of the season. So 2 transfers in. 1, Alvaro Valles, goalkeeper from Spain, on a free. Can't ask for much more than that. We're only paying 22,500 per week on wages, so most of the transfer budget went into the wages, but we couldn't really find anybody that was young enough or good enough really to come into the side and really improve it, I didn't think. And plus we had quite a few transfers that were already done from the update, but I think he'll be a very, very good addition. A lot better than Benjamin Lecomte as well, although Lecomte is now into his 30s, 33, 34 now I think he is, so he's in the prime, but he's at the age now where his stats will start going down, but he can fill in if need be should Valles gets injured. And from Mainz, for 1.5 million, we bring in Nelson Viper, a striker. I realised we hadn't had another striker, so we've got one on loan, Delort. He's pretty good. I'd really want to be playing both of these if I can, and you'll see in the formation that I've managed to do that. He looks pretty good. 19 years old actually, sorry, and his stats are going up as well. 2 goals for us in 4 games already, and 11 in friendlies, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm hoping they will go up. He's quite a lot of potential as well. So this is a formation we're going to be carrying out this season. A little bit different to the 4-2-3-1 I was planning on using, but I thought with some of the players that we have got, I'd like to try something a little bit different, and the 4-2-2-2 is probably the way to go. I would like another striker. Delort, if he hangs around, very, very chuffed, and we can have him up there as well. But Viper, Koulibaly, he's more suited to the left and right, but I'm going to train him into the cam position. If it doesn't suit him, then we'll bring somebody else in, but it's always a nice option to have if we ever switch or move one of the DMs up or one of the strikers down for that sort of role. We've got Amaragic as well. He's a young player, I think he is. 22 years old, bags the potential. He was being picked for the best 11 and I wondered why. I thought, well, let's lock him in. Why not? He's got potential, so let's unlock it. And obviously Valles in goal. So if we pick our best 11, Valles stays in. We lost our defender. Koulibaly isn't there, and Viper switches places with Delort. And we've had a pretty good pre-season and season so far, which I'm very happy with actually, to be honest. I didn't expect this, to be honest. So we've had a couple of 8s in the friendlies. I mean, there must be lesser teams, but they've still got to put goals in left, right, centre. Viper hat-trick there. Wow. And a hat-trick there as well. A brace there. Oh my God, a brace there as well. Wow, he's scoring goals for fun, isn't he? But we started our campaign against Auxerre. We beat them 2-0. Viper and Carzery as well. Saint Etienne, we beat 3-1. Viper again with the goal. We drew 0-0 with Lens, but we beat Lyon 2-1. That is a cracking result. Amada getting an equaliser in the 74th minute, making it a little bit uncomfortable, but Chatard scored in the 96th. Love a late goal. So if we look at the table, we're top of the table. Wow. Can you imagine if we did it all in one season? That would just be absolutely ridiculous. We are top, 10 points. Can't ask for anything more than that. PSG have lost 2 games already. Marseille and Saint Etienne. And we beat Saint Etienne. Yeah, 3-1. Goodness me. Long may that continue. So let's have a look where we are predicted to finish. I'm expected to be near the bottom. Okay, 11th position, 150 to 1. I'll take that. None of our players are in there just yet, but unless we've got the money like PSG, then it's not going to happen, I don't think. But I am hopeful on some of these youngsters we've got. So let's jump into season 1 and let's see if we can maintain this fine start we've already got and see where we finish. With the season over, we've had some memorable wins, including a 3-1 victory over Marseille, with Delay getting a brace in this one, his second of the game. We followed that up with a 3-0 victory over Monaco as well. It just goes to show how improvement our side is, with Vipers netting the all-important third goal. And the young lad did it again, this time against Nice, and a nice 2-0 victory with Viper getting the first goal on the scoreboard. Lovely jubbly. We ended up in 5th position. How can you just believe it? They're the sort of games we need to be beating. Nice, we finish above. Marseille and Monaco, unfortunately, finish above us. So do Rennes, but PSG run away with it, as you probably would expect at this stage. But look at ourselves though, we're not finishing bottom and only a couple of points off a Champions League spot as well. So European football next season. So could we end up ticking one of our challenges off in our second season? Delort gets 19 goals for the season, getting the golden boot. What about that then? And we've also got Sacco on 7.4. We have done wonders this season, and our goalkeeper picked up 12 clean sheets. Sacco gets assists as well, some way behind Dembele. But Chattard, again, yellow cards. We do love yellow cards in these rebuilds, don't we? Competitions. We get knocked out in the 9th round. We didn't get any further, really. Knocked out by Marseille. 1-0 at home. That's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate we came up against the Ligue 1 side as well. So that didn't help matters. But our squad, as small as it may be, if we go by goals, 19 goals for Delort. He goes back this season. He is 33 years old. I didn't realise he was 33. I thought he was in his 20s, mid-20s at least. But yeah, when I saw the price, I thought, wow. We could pick him up, but yeah, he's 33. I mean, maybe we could bring him in as a backup, possibly. Viper, 13 goals in 35. I would have liked to see more, but it was his first season, and he looks like he's developed a lot as well. 20 years old as well. It's worth 13 million. 11 goals and 7 for Savania as well. Nobody else really coming close. 11 assists though for Sacco. He was our left back, I believe, and nothing else really. Ferry gets 4 assists, 43 goals conceded by Valles, who looks to have played all the games, which is very good indeed. 12 assists, fantastic. We have got 2 goalkeepers on the bench, but Lecomte, is he due for retirement? He is wanted. Auxerre and Lorient. Okay, maybe we let him go if they pay the price. Maybe he's got a year left on his contract, mind. But I like to say that's a very, very good season. Well done. Chattard, not bad. 1 and 3. I would expect a bit more. But then again, he is pretty young. And we are building quite a young side now with a few players that we need to address and replace, like Kazri, Koulibaly's 24, 4 and 6. Yeah, I'd expect. But then again, yeah, it's we've got a lot of work to do still, but it's very promising for this first season. So money-wise, 10.5 million euros. It's not an awful lot, but it's a start. We can at least bring a couple of players in, hopefully. Just improve or replace some of the older ones. Like Delort, he is 33, so either we bring him in just so we have him. Let's go and see what we can do. Start off in the transfer window, 3.5 million from Atalanta, Brendan Soppy to be our right back. The good thing is he's quite versatile and he can play on the left hand side as well, which is an added bonus, and he's only 23 years old. From Frankfurt for 1.5 million we bring in Nkunku, left back. So Sop is going to be on the right and Nkunku is going to be on the left hand side. His physicals look really good, and again another young player, 24 years old. From Nice for 1 million, and Ndombele, he's going to be one of our DMs this season. I think we're going to lock him in this season. I think if we pick our best 11, he doesn't feature, so we're going to lock him in, see what he can do. But he can play a DLP on defence in that position, so he brings a lot of experience to the team at 28 years old. Hopefully a good couple of seasons in him yet. And finally, on a free, We needed some more DMs. We bring in Mohamed Diaby as a backup, really. And he's already had one game off the bench in a friendly. But yeah, that's all he's really in for. And as a freebie, if we don't use him, then we can move him along and get some cash for him. We've changed the formation ever so slightly. We're using a left winger. This time Koulibaly is going to go on that. We've got a couple of players locked in, including youngster Villar from our youth team, 19 years old, forward. I didn't have enough money left to replace our forward from last season, which is rather annoying. He scored 2 goals in 4 games already, and he looks to be improving as well. So some potential on him. He's worth 7 million. We'll see what he can do. With that formation, it's not been too bad, actually. We've had wins and draws. No losses, which is excellent, and we haven't conceded many goals either. We started a league campaign against Metz and Auxerre, 3-0 and 5-0 respectively. Vipers already on the score sheet 4 times in them games. And Villar, is that his first goal? No, that's his second. That could be his second goal. He scored the first goal, and then we got pegged back in the 80th. That's unfortunate, but almost getting the winner though, Villa. And then Lens we drew 0-0 with. The Europa League for this season, we've got Antwerp, Aberdeen, Vallecano, Chelsea, Anderlecht, Austria Vienna, Galatasaray and Ferencváros, which is quite a hard bunch of games. We are lying in 4th position, actually. So despite them 2 draws, we're only 4 points off PSG, who are 4 for 4. And we are around about 19th seeded, I guess, or predicted 19th in the Europa League phase. Let's see if we can get through. If we do, then more money into the pot for next season. If we have a look at our preview for this season, 150 to 1, 9th position. I'll take that. And as predicted, PSG have got the whole Dream 11 finally. They didn't last season. They have now. So let's jump into season 2 and let's see what we get up to. Unfortunately, the only highlight of this season really was a nice 4-0 victory over Paris FC, with Vipers netting his second of the game along with Villars, as we took a stuffing by PSG 5-1, with Kimpembe netting the first of that 5. Another horrendous outing, this time against Marseille, with them scoring in the first minute, would you believe? A mistake in the midfield, letting on to their strike, a 1 of 4. And Nice giving us a good stuffing as well, winning 4-2 with a 90th minute goal to seal the deal by Gorge in the last minute. Needless to say, we had a horrendous season. We finished in 10th position, 44 points, well off the pace that we were last season as well. And yeah, I just don't really know what to say. The formation, the players, I just don't know. I'm just hoping they're going to be kind to us and give us a bit of budget that we can work with this season. And then we get stuffed by PSG in the 11th round of the French Cup, 7-0, with Neves scoring the 7th goal in the 60th minute. Game over. But a win in the Europa League against Antwerp, with Kazri getting the 2nd goal in a fine 2-1 victory. And Savania scoring the only goal of the game from the spot in a 1-0 win over Aberdeen. So in the Europa League, we just missed out on qualification, losing 4 games to Galatasaray, Vienna, Chelsea and Vallecano. Not too bad of scores, but we conceded far too many. We drew 2 with Ferencváros and Anderlecht, and we like you saw, Aberdeen and Antwerp beaten. But yeah, we bowed out. I'm not sure how we missed out, but we did. It's not good. 3 teams, well, quite a lot of teams on 8 points, and quite a few of us on the same goal difference. So not a great showing in Europe. We do need to improve if we're going to have to win a European trophy. And the French Cup, embarrassing as it is, 7-0 battering from PSG. And that's kind of reflected in what we did with the players though. However, Viper got 30 goals this season, our only saving grace. And Savania, he got 11 and 11, which wasn't too bad. And Villar in his first showing as a 19-year-old is now 20, 8 and 5. 14 assists there from Koulibaly on that left-hand side. So we definitely need a winger by looks of things. He did his job there. And Kunku, he got 10 assists, so that's fantastic as well. Soppy, 4 assists, not brilliant, but we could have done a little bit more. And our goalkeeper, yeah, 64 conceded. Not brilliant either on that respect. But Lecomte, he did get some game time as well. Wow. I'm not sure what games he played, but he conceded 21. Let's have a look, see what sort of budget we're going to get next season, because we do need a little bit, as some of these players are getting rather old now. Oh dear. We do have 100% of the transfer revenue, which is good news, and we've only got about 15 grand a week extra on wages budget. It's not brilliant. We're going to have to let somebody go, I think. That's the only way we're going to improve this side, I feel. We lose Lecomte, the goalkeeper. He's gone to Lorient on a free. At the end of his contract, didn't want to sign another one and wanted to move on. He wasn't getting the game time, and after last season's performance, I was quite happy to let him go. Probably not to a rival, but there you go. We also lose Luce. He's gone to Pafarada for 450,000. Not an awful lot. And Fayad's gone out on loan yet again. We do spend over 4 million. However, we brought in Adley for a free. Spent no money on him apart from his wages, which is a whacking 32,000 a week. If we're going to improve this side, we need to start doing it with some quality players, and he has been round a little bit as well. Fiorentina, AC Milan, Bordeaux, PSG even one game. But he's played for us 4 games already and scored a goal, so I can't ask for more than that. We do spend 2 million euros from Rennes for Anthony Raoult, centre-back, 25 years old, good potential on him, looks pretty decent as well actually, good heading, great determination, physicals look fantastic, 6'1", and moves the ball right before dribbling attempt. Well, I hope he doesn't do that too often. And finally, for 2.3 million, we bring in Karabek from Sparta Prague. He looks really, really good and really cheap as well, 15 grand a week. Cannot complain, and he's only 23 years old, so a very, very good replacement in the cam role. He can also play on the right hand side actually. So we've changed it up a little bit. We've gone back to having 2 cams, 2 strikers. We are pushing Adley up into this midfield position here as a DLP on defend. That's his preferred position. That's the position he wanted when he came over, so why not? And Villar, we're locking him in as well, as same with Raoult as well. So if we pick our best 11, Koulibaly comes in up at the top, which I don't want him to be there. If anything, I want him as a backup round here, or to take Savania's place actually, to be fair. We do have a Sagnon in there as well instead of Raoult as well, so that's why we locked him in. And so other than that, the side is as it was. We did have a lot of interest for Valles this season. Liverpool came in with a 30 million euro offer. Unfortunately, it was at the tail end of the window, and they didn't want to risk not having a goalkeeper for the season. So, yeah, so we said no, and he stays with us another season, but I am prepared to let him go next season should the offers come in again. So far, so good. We've got no European football to distract us this time. We've had 4 games, 3 draws, and a win. We started off with a fantastic 4-0 victory, which is a pretty good. Viper on the score sheet gets another one in the 1-1 draw against Lorient, and then 2 0-0 draws. Disappointing, but it's not a loss. We are lying 6th in the table, better position than we were last season, just to buy a couple of points, man, and we are unbeaten so far. The season preview sees us still in 9th position, so we're not really budged at all. So we're going to have to think about again the formation, see if we can go for something, I don't know, a bit more neutral, I guess. Although the formation we are attempting now did put us in 5th position the first season, so I want to give that a go. So let's jump into season 3. Let's see if there's an improvement, and let's see if we can get back into our European spot as well. After a very good start to the season, we have a very good unbeaten September with wins over Marseille 2-0 and a very impressive 2-1 victory over PSG with Koulibaly netting the winner on 83 minutes. Superb stuff. November sees us beat Lille 1-0 with Jotard getting on the score sheet on this one from outside the area. Great goal that. But not long after, we get brought back down to earth with a crushing defeat at Lens 5-2. Failing to get the ball away, and the ball cracked into the top corner. And PSG get their own back at their ground. 5-3 battering, the first coming after 17 minutes. So a very, very good season this time round. 4th position, a Champions League spot, and the best of the rest. Lyon, Monaco and PSG finish ahead of us, but PSG, wow, I mean, there's no stopping that machine at all. We're going to find it very difficult unless we have bags of money to challenge them in any capacity. But we do finish above Marseille, Nice and Lille. 58 goals scored, 35 against, 23 goal difference. Cannot ask for more than that. From a 10th position where we were last season, this is a vast improvement. And it was PSG that knocked us out in the semi-finals of the French Cup. This time losing 4-2, not the 7-0 drubbing we got last season. This season it was only 4. And we scored 2 goals as well, so I can't complain too much. But I'm guessing PSG went on to beat Rennes. Only 1-0 though. Squad-wise, Villa with 12 goals from 30. Yeah, we're going to have to look at something different now, I think. 12 goals, I expect a lot more. He's only 21 still, bit of potential. Just not improving it as quick, is he really? He's getting the game time, but just not improving that much. Rail did quite well, actually, 1-1 in his first season. But if we go by goals, 29 goals for Viper, the only person really keeping us alive. Villar with 12. I mean, it's an improvement. Do we give him one more season? I don't know. Karabek, 9-7. Savania 5 and 10, which is pretty decent. Nobody else came close with assists apart from Kunku. 15 assists. That is exceptional. Our goalkeeper, Valles. We could be losing him this season. I don't know. 29 years old now. Worth 40 million. It would be a welcome sum. 34 goals conceded in 33. That is fantastic. And Bertrude, who was our other goalkeeper, just our backup. 7 conceded in 5 with 3 clean sheets. That's pretty good as well. So we're starting to build quite a decent side, but obviously we need to improve some more. With that, we do need the money. And we're in Champions League next season. So are they going to be backing us next season then? Wow, seriously. We're in the Champions League, my friends. We are going to have to let somebody go. Valles is going to have to take the hit, I think. If we're going to improve in a few positions, we need the money. We have got 100% of the transfer revenue, which is good. And we have got some bits on the wages, but not an awful lot. But that is really disappointing. Only one major player leaving this season, and that's our goalkeeper. He's gone to Liverpool for 40.5 million euros. And that was a welcome sight to see in our coffers. Before the money came in, we spent 1 million euros on Akue, a Brazilian 24-year-old forward who looks pretty good, and he can either go alongside Viper or be a good backup. But he's got a goal for us already. On a free transfer, we're bringing Albert Gudmundsson, right wing, can player, forward. He can play anywhere on the top half of the pitch, and he looks superb. Still 30 years old, but he's worth 63 million. How can he be on a free and worth that? So if somebody big come in for him, then yes, please. We also bring in Rodrigo on a free. Conchao, I think that's how you pronounce it. I may be mistaken, and I do apologise in advance. 4 games for us already. He's going to be playing as right back this season because of Gudmundsson on the right hand side in the wing. But yeah, he will be going up to there if need be. But yeah, I think very, very happy with this signing as well. Once the money came in, we brought in a goalkeeper, Diego Calais, 15 million euros. Looks pretty good, improving all the time, and only 23 years old. Next up for 11.5 million from Brianza, Facundo Gonzalez, a defender. I do like to have more defenders than anything else really, and because we're in the Champions League, we needed to really stop the goals going in somehow. Finally, for 3.5 million from Atalanta, we're bringing a left-sided winger. He can play on the right-hand side. It's Edwin Mosquera, and he's only 26 years old as well. Very, very quick. So we are switching it up a little bit to accommodate these players, and I think being in the Champions League, we'd probably be more suited. If we pick our best 11, it comes up like this, and it's quite good. Rodrigo comes out, Soppy comes in. We've already had a good start. We did lose our first game in the league, however, losing to Troyes 1-0. We drew with Reims, drew with Lyon, and we did beat Nice and Caen as well. So I'm quite happy the results are starting to come in. The Champions League, however, we played Sporting, and we've come away with that 3-2 winners, thanks to a cow goal in the 94th minute. Then we played Nordsjælland in the next qualifier, and we drew our first game 2-2 and won at home 2-0. So we progressed to the Champions League proper, where we played Maccabi Haifa, Frankfurt, St. Patrick's Athletic, Feyenoord, Arsenal, PSV, Barcelona and Atalanta. We are currently lying in 6th position, 1 loss, and we're only 5 points off PSG. So we'll see how far that gap widens. We are predicted in the Champions League. Ooh, 34th. Probably not surprising, really, to be fair. The league, however, we have jumped up to 7th place in the predictions, 33-1 now. So there's a massive improvement. As long as we can keep bringing the money in, if we can, the Champions League is the only way to do that, I think. And I don't particularly want to be selling our best players every season. So let's jump into season 4 now, and let's see if we can make an improvement on last season. Season 4 sees us not defeating any of the top teams, but we do have a very good run in towards the end of the season with a 2-0 victory, with Sacco getting the second against Toulouse. And the final game of the season sees Viper net his hat-trick in the final kick of the game in the 93rd minute. A wonderful goal in a 5-3 victory, giving us a 5th position finish and a Europa League place. I'm kind of happy with that. We had to deal with the Champions League, of which we'll see in just a moment. But 59 points, best of the rest. Again, Monaco, Lyon, Marseille, PSG, who run away with it. I just don't know how we are going to physically stop them. I really don't. But we finish above Nice and Troyes, Lens and Lille. So they're pretty decent results as well. Only 7 losses this time. Viper gets the golden boot for the season as well. 22 goals. Absolutely superb. It's only going to be a matter of time before someone comes in and hopefully bids big. We also get knocked out of the French Cup as early as the 10th round to Monaco. A 2-0 loss, 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes. Monaco just obviously a little bit stronger than us, but a very disappointing run yet again to finish so prematurely. Just a shame we couldn't be on the other end. But we did manage to get a couple of wins though in the Champions League phase, with a 4-1 victory over Maccabi Haifa, and Ndombele getting the goal in that one. Mosquera rounding off a fantastic victory over St. Patrick's away from home in the 96th minute. A 5-1 win there. Marvellous. And Viper netting the first of 4 against PSV in our third, I think, victory in the group stage. A marvellous header goal at the far post, which meant we did finish in 18th position, 4 wins. Excellent. The only other win was against Atalanta 2-1, but we did lose 4 games: Barcelona, Arsenal, Feyenoord even, and Frankfurt. But that was all ready for the inevitable. We played PSG. I mean, I don't know how that we managed to do that. Another French club. Fantastic. And we got hammered 4-0. We drew the first leg and got beat in the second. So we are getting better. We did manage to pull off a draw, but a 4-0 second leg victory. PSG has just made for this competition. Who went to win it was Barcelona over Real Madrid. So overall, not a bad performance. We did well in the Champions League. I didn't expect to get out the group stage, to be fair. I thought we'd give up a good fight, but that was fantastic. But to come against PSG, it's just very, very unfortunate. Disappointed in the French Cup. But I'm kind of happy we're in the Europa League next season, which I think seems to be better for us, or even the Conference Leagues. But we'll have another go at the Europa League though. But our squad for this season, 32 goals there for Viper. Mosquera, 16-4. Goodmanson, 13-13. He's now 30, so hopefully we might be able to get another season out of him. We also have goals all the way through the team. 14 assists there for Rodrigo. I really want to push him up to the wing, but Goodmanson's played really well there, so I don't really want to do that just yet. And our goalkeeper, 59 in 50s conceded, so that's not too bad either. 14 assists, so he can only get better, and he's only 23 years old. So going into next season, we need some more backing. Are they going to back us again? And they are, I think. 22 million euros to spend, and only 30,000 a week on wages. May have to adjust the budget some, or possibly let go of one of our players yet again to bring in a handful of players. We'll see what the transfer window brings. So just on the transfers out, only one player of note really. Kiki Keote, he's gone out on a free to Nantes. He didn't want to sign a new contract, and Jatard has gone to Leicester. 67 million euros. But with that, for 11 million euros from Ken, we bring in Sebastian Appin. Bags of potential, looks really good, and he's only 18 years old. What a pickup this chap is. He can play right back, midfield, and defensive midfield as well, and wing. So I think we are going to be playing him as a DM. That's where I want him to play, and that's the formation we're using. So if he can do that and improve, wow. It looks like some of his stats have gone up already. They look phenomenal. From Nice for 29 million, we'll bring in Badreddin Bouanani. It's going to be very, very hard to pronounce. 23 years old. Some potential on him. Looks pretty decent. Right wing. I'm hoping he's going to grow as well. Only 23, like I say. Algerian. He looks really good, actually. Very quick. Dribbling. And yes, we have got Goodmanson and Rodrigo, and we've also got Mascara on the other side, but all four of them can just, if anybody gets injured, they can replace each other, so it's pretty good. But I think we're locking him in because he has got potential and I want to really, really use it. 2 goals and 2 assists in 5 games and 2 Player of the Match awards already. Absolutely fantastic. Finally, from Feyenoord for 24 million, we bring in a DM, Quinton Timber. Again, he can play anywhere along the middle of the park. 5 games for us already. Not quite living up to it yet, but there's plenty of time to go. Adley and Appin are there as well, so Appin's going to be locked in as well. I'm not quite sure what to do with Timber. Him and Adley can play that position, so happy with either or. So we've only locked 2 of the players in. We've got our right winger and we've got Appin in. We've changed a couple of roles. I think we've got Bouanani in on the right hand side as an inside forward, which seems to work better. And we've got one right back on attack while he's on support. It kind of makes sense that way. We've had a couple of good results along the way. We've had 5 games so far, 3 wins, which is probably a better start than we've had for a while. We did draw with Marseille, but we lost to Monaco after 27 minutes. Golovin couldn't really do much about it. But these are the teams really we have to beat in order to get top spots. The Europa League, we have got AZ, Steaua Bucharest, Bodo Glimt, Chelsea, Genk, Dinamo, Olympiacos and Benfica. We're currently lying in 4th position. Like I say, a better start than previous seasons. But it's Nice that are running away with it, 5 for 5. And we are predicted around about 22nd in the Europa League. And season preview has a sneak up into 7th place now, 33-1. We're getting ever closer, but it's season 5 now, and like I say, I just don't know how we're going to dislodge PSG off their perch. So let's jump into season 5 and let's see if we can make any headway to winning a European trophy, the league title. This season threw up some really good results, including this one, a 4-0 victory over Nice. A 5-0 demolition of Clermont later on in the season. Caesars progress up the table, taking our time with the shot and a wonderful goal by Mosquera. And then the best result of them all is a 8-3 thumping of Rennes, with Mosquera netting this goal to finish his hat-trick. Unlikely source, that. So that did see us in the end finish in 3rd position. We did manage to lose to some of the other teams, like Lille, Nice beat us before we got our own back on them. Toulouse, Metz, Strasbourg, teams that we should be beating, and Lorient as well. We should be beating them. Lyon and Monaco, I don't know, but the rest of them we should have been. So their points dropped for sure. But a 3rd place finish, 5 points ahead of Lorient, in fact, who finished in 4th position. And we're only 4 behind Lyon and only 18 points behind PSG, who well, just ran away with it again. But we did have a goal difference of plus 44. Viper gets 21, joint top Golden Boot winner as well this season. We even get all the way to the French Cup final, and who do we meet? Yes, you've guessed it. PSG gave us a thumping, 3-1. Very, very disappointed, despite going all the way, winning all our games, obviously, but quite comfortably as well, as we were scoring quite a few goals. A referee VAR decision going their way, obviously, but PSG were just far too strong for us in the end. Europa League, however, we had a very surprise finish. 5th position here, 6 wins. Olympiacos, Dinamo, Genk, Bodo Glimt, Steaua Bucharest and AZ. Some very, very good scores in there. 20 goals scored, 8 against, but we did draw with Chelsea and Benfica. But that's not a bad finish, is it really? Chelsea, where did they finish? They were below us actually as well, going through to the knockout stage. Wow. From there we go on to beat Ajax in the round of 16. We even had a player sent off in this one as well. Viper after 3 minutes to complete the demolition at 3-1 over the two legs. Mascara netting a goal in this one in a 4-1 win over Nice, of which we win 5-3 over the two legs in the quarterfinals. And a last minute goal in extra time from Goodmanson Caesars beat Atletico Madrid 4-3. With the scores 10-10 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. João Felix misses a penalty, Calais saving, which leaves Viper, our goal machine, to net to the winner to win 11-10 to take home a European trophy. And there you have it. We have got a trophy, a European one at that. I really didn't think we would do if we kept getting into the Champions League. But that is absolutely phenomenal. And what's more phenomenal is that we beat Chelsea as well. We drew with them in the group stage and we beat them on penalties after another draw. But wow, what a season. Third place finish, runners up in the French Cup and winning the European trophy. Now all we want really to complete this challenge is the Ligue 1 title. Our squad, however, 36 goals and 6 for Viper. He's looking absolutely superb, worth up to 60 million now. He did sign a new contract, a new 5-year contract actually, up to 2032. So if anybody does come in for him, they are going to have to pay the monies. Buonani, he did really well as well. The 24-year-old out on the right hand side, 17 and 13. What a return. Mascara, 14-11. Taking some notes. Goodmanson, he's done really well as well. 14 and 12, 10 and 8 for Karabek. Everybody up, coming to the task there. Appen even, 5 and 9, really good. And he's only 19, which means he can improve some more. 54 goals conceded by Calais as well, which is phenomenal. 17 clean sheets. And our other goalkeeper, Bertrude, he did get concede 2 in a game off the bench. Hence probably why he didn't start any other ones. But apart from that, what a performance this season. So like I said, only the League title to go. And we've got 5 seasons to do it in. And we've got 15 million to play with. So that probably means we may have to let somebody else go. It's like a bring and buy at the moment here at Montpellier. We're doing well. And as long as we continue to do what we're doing, the investment will come. I'm sure it will. So starting off with the transfers, we lose Soppy. He's gone on a free Valencia. He didn't want to renew his contract. Bertud as well, same position. Wasn't getting much game time actually, to be fair. Empoli, they've grabbed and he went for a free also. And we also lose Daibi. He's gone for 375,000. However, for 7 million from NYCFC, we bring in Talas Magno, a left winger. Absolute bargain for 7 million, really is. 4 goals in 5 games for us. He's going to play on that left hand side, but he can play anywhere up front, and I think it's fantastic, really. Worth up to 25 million now. From Brentford for 1 million, because we lost our goalkeeper, we had to go out and get another one. He was really probably one of the better ones that we could really afford. So for 1 million euros, we bring Hakan Rafan Valdimarsson. Also from Brentford for 500,000, we bring in Renato Viega to play in the DM role if the others should get injured, but he can play in midfield, left back and right back. On a free, we bring in Paul Bernabeu. He can play left back, and I think we've put him out on loan as well. He's 21 years old, just to give him a little bit more experience. I doubt very much he'll get some game time, really, to be fair, with Nkunku doing pretty well. I think he's 28 years old now, so I'm hoping he'll go out on loan, come back, improve a little bit, and then probably take his spot as a even second choice or first. And finally, our best signing to date, we bring in Mohamed Simikan on a free. 29 years old for a couple of years, and he looks absolutely phenomenal to play right back or centre back. He can play anywhere in the defensive role. I mean, it's a nice option to have. If we could have more players like that on a free, that'd be marvellous. But the only snag being he is on 100 grand a week. So that being said, we're sticking with this formation, and if we pick our best 11, our new signings go in. Simikan goes on the right hand side, interesting, and Magno on the left where we want him to be. Other than that, the side is as it was last season. We have started pretty well. We did play in the UEFA Super Cup though. We played Arsenal and we lost 2-1. Viper scoring a penalty in 39 minutes to equalise in Xerxes' goal. However, Odegaard did score 3 minutes later. In the league, we had a fantastic victory over Monaco. We drew with Nice. Reims we beat. Drew with Lens. Havre we beat. and we beat Lorient as well. So that's a pretty good start, unbeaten. Champions League, we've got Inter Milan, Lorient. Wow. Celtic, Real Madrid, AZ, Aris, Sporting, and Bayern Munich. Wow. That's pretty difficult, I'm not going to lie. We're lying top of the table currently, a good few points ahead of PSG. 2 in fact. They're also unbeaten. And we are predicted around about 22nd in the Champions League, which is nice. As long as we qualify, that's great. More money for us. And the season preview, wow. Where did that come from? We are predicted second now. 18-1 to win the league. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. So let's jump into season 6. And let's see if we can capitalise on the European victory we had last season. And see if we can close PSG down. The most impressive game of the season comes away at PSG, where we beat them 4-2 with Viper netting his third of the game. He also gets a hat-trick against Lyon as well in a massive 4-1 victory. Things are looking up for the Montpellier lads now. Viper even scores in the very first minute of the game against Marseille in a fantastic 2-1 victory. Put through, wonderful goal. And there you have it. What a cracking finish to the season. Some really big names being beat there, and Montpellier second in the table, 12 points behind PSG. And what's done us really is the additional 6 draws. That is really, really upsetting. The 4 games we lose, we lost twice to Nantes and lost to Brest and Metz. Again, 12 points begging there as well. So we've really shot ourselves in the foot this time, seeing how close we were, and PSG didn't really run away with it this time round. Viper gets 30 goals this season, winning him the Golden Boot, and he is just the best player in the league. Best average rating and Player of the Matches award as well. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. The Champions League sees us finish in 5th position. That is phenomenal as well. Only 2 losses. Did say it was going to be pretty difficult, but we beat Sporting, Aris, AZ, Celtic, Lorient and Inter Milan. Only conceding 1 goal in the process. But we did lose to Bayern and Real Madrid, but only by the odd goal. So I think that's a win-win. Only 4 goals conceded in the 8 games as well. That is absolutely brilliant. But that is as far as we got in the round of 16, as we lose to Atletico Madrid, even though we're down to 10 men. Castillo netting the winner really in the 108th minute. It's a shame, despite beating them on the night, we lost on aggregate against Atletico. We beat them last season on the way to the winning the Europa League. We knew we could beat them. We just gave away too much of a loss in the first leg. And we bow out in the 11th round in the French Cup by Lille. That is a shame as well. 0-0, and it was penalties. I mean, again, we should have gone ahead and won that, I feel, with PSG winning in the final against Nice. Squad-wise, 40 goals and 5 assists for Viper. What a fantastic season. He's had 7.4 rating. Brilliant. Magno in his first season, 16 and 7. We also have Buonanni, 10 and 10. 6 and 13 for Karabek. Goodmanson even got on there as well with 5 and 6. We have 10 assists there for Appin, which is really good. Considering he's 20 years old, he looks really nice now as well. Let's just have a quick look there. Wow. Goodness, it's not going to be long before someone comes hunting for him. And he's worth up to 136 million as well. And a goalkeeper, 46 conceded in 49 with 19 clean sheets. So next season, what are they going to back us up with? And it is 23 million. I've got to be happy with that. We haven't really got much of a wages budget, so we're going to have to move some of this around unless we lose a couple of players, but we can always ask for some more, I guess, which it doesn't give us, unfortunately. But next seasons we can ask for a little bit more, considering we have got 73 million in the bank. So a fair few transfers going out the window, 2.6 million in fact, and most of that is from Goodmanson. He's gone to Transport for up to 2 million, and also we lose Sagnan as well to VTSC for 750,000. With that little addition, we managed to bring in Andre Santos from Celtic for 12.5 million euros to play at centre back. We will be playing the defensive midfielder also. He can obviously do that. But 2 goals for us in 5 games already, which is fantastic and not bad for a 26-year-old. From VDG for 9.5 million, we bring in another left back. We are rather short on the left backs, so Pitton comes in and hopefully he'll do a job for us as well. Slightly better for an Nkunku. I think we are going to lock him in, and it's reasonably quick as well, to be fair. On a free, we're bringing in Famos Mendy, because why not? He's worth up to 3 million now, so it's free money when we get it, but we are paying 13.75 a week. But other than that, his stats don't look too bad for a 29-year-old just to be as a backup. And finally, on a free, we bring in Luis Sinisterra, who's got quite a little bit of a CV against him. 16 goals in 165 for Bournemouth. He was not getting many games towards the end, so we decided to pick him up quite cheap. In fact, a free, can't get any cheaper than that. We are going to be locking in Pitton and Santos for this season, and we've done reasonably well to the start of the season. We did lose the Trophy de Champs to PSG 1-0, 88th minute winner there from Wimmer, but Marseille we drew 0-0. We beat Lille, beat Reims, beat Lens, and we thrashed Toulouse as well. The Champions League, wow, there's a lot going on, isn't there? Benfica, Beta Jerusalem, Ajax, Arsenal, Sevilla, Galatasaray, Dortmund, and Barcelona. Wow, some big teams in there. We are lying top of the table, actually, a point ahead of PSG with quite a good goal difference as well, and we're 22nd again in the Champions League. And a preview, we're still second. Wow, 9-1 now to win the league. I'm surprised Appen isn't there, or Viper either. So let's go and see if we can chase down PSG once more and hopefully overhaul them at some point. So we made it to November unbeaten till we played PSG. And what a wonderful game this is. Karabakh sets us on our way after 20 minutes before PSG pull one back just after half time, leaving the game in the balance. And being away from home, we know what usually happens at PSG, but somehow, somewhere, Simicum down the right hand side pulls a cross into the back post where Magna heads in. That was followed up with a 6-0 thrashing of Lens away from home. Karabakh again on the score sheet. He even scored against Rennes, this time in the 56th minute, with a 5-0 battering of them as well. He even got the winner against PSG at home as well. He's on a fine run. A 1-0 victory, completing the double over PSG. But it was Appian that scored the 6th goal in the 6-1 thrashing against Lyon. With things so tight at the top now at this late stage of the season, Strasbourg put a spanner in the works, beating us 1-0. And this literally sent the title decider to the very, very last game, where we get a 1-0 lead over Reims. But they do fight back to cause a little bit of bother as well with a 1-1 after 26 minutes. The title still in the balance. PSG winning their game, I think, at this point. But Magno does well to cross into Karabakh, who's just not stopped scoring at all, which is really good. And we get a third one as well at this stage. Still the first half, 46th minute. Excellent stuff. Santos netting the goal there. And then we go on a little bit more of a rampage. But we put ourselves in a very, very good position going into the 90th minute. But 4-1 at this stage. Rennes are doing all they can to spoil the party, but it looks like we are going to come away with the league title. And there it is, confirmation that Montpellier have won the league from PSG. We had to go toe-to-toe with them. They were just relentless, losing 4 games, twice to us, which has made a massive difference. And of course, losing to Marseille and Lyon as well, and drawing with Marseille last game of the season as well. But 97 goals, 22 against, that is absolutely brilliant, and 75 goal difference as well. And there you can see last 5 games we dropped 3 points, but PSG dropped 4, so that didn't really help them at all. But yeah, we managed to do it. 7 seasons, what ride this has been. We've won our first European trophy, and now we've won the league after nearly 20 years, in fact. Viper gets the golden boot. He also gets the best player in the league and joint top player of the matches as well. Calais, our goalkeeper, 18 clean sheets, which is absolutely phenomenal stuff. The Champions League, we finished in 23rd position, just qualifying for the next round. That is a shocker considering where we finished last season. However, 2 wins against Sevilla and Beta Jerusalem, 3 draws, Galatasaray, Ajax and Benfica, and then losing 3 to Barcelona, Dortmund and Arsenal. 11 goals, 9 against, only just scraping through. A free kick from Appian sends us on our way against Lazio in the knockout round, leading at 1-0. This is a second leg, mind. We go through 2-1 eventually, but Raul crosses the ball into Sinisterra, who smashes a wonderful goal in to lead us 2-0 going into the very last minute, where Lazio just get a consolation, but by then the tie's over and we go through 2-1. But unfortunately for us, that's where it ended. We played Arsenal, who we did lose in the group stage as well. We lost 3-0 despite taking a 2-1 first leg lead over to Arsenal, but they were just far too strong for us, really. And again, another game where we didn't score against them. We lost in the group stage 1-0, and then we lose this one 3-0 in fact. So yeah, very unfortunate this time around. The French Cup, however, we got knocked out in the quarterfinals from Troyes, away from home on penalties as well. Again, another disappointment showing in the French Cup, but that wasn't one of our challenges, thankfully. And I think we did we win it, or we got to a runners-up spot before, once a couple of seasons back. But yeah, we haven't really been that dominant in this area, but Europe and the league was the priority. So going on to the squad, 40 goals there for Viper, only 26 now as well, worth up to 51 million. And he seems to be dropping off a little bit, which I find really, really bizarre. If we just have a look at his progress as well. And his stats have gone up incredibly. Finishing's gone up by 2, up to 16, and quite a few others as well. Vision as well, up by 3. It's quite a big improvement though, to be fair. Villa, away on loan, scores 15 goals in 44, which is really good as well. Karabakh, 14 and 7. We've seen him score a lot of goals, and some important ones as well, especially against PSG. Bonani, 11 and 14, another cracking season from him. 11 and 9 for Magno. So 5 players on double figures or more. That is fantastic. Santos, 9 and 7. We also get 15 assists from Simican, 20 from Pitten. Wow, that's pretty good. And a goalkeeper as well, Calais, with his clean sheets to get the Golden Glove. Only concedes 39 in 49 and gets 21 clean sheets, which I'm really, really happy about as well. That is phenomenal. Winning the league was one of our challenges, and the last challenge to do, which means the video will end just very shortly. This is the last season. Let's have a look at the finances. So 20 million euros. So this file will be available to you on Ko-fi.com. The link will be down in the description if you so wish. See if you can carry on dominating against PSG, and you will also be having 21 just under million euros to play with as well. So just before we go, shall we have a look at some records? Did we break any? If I can remember where I'm actually going, there we are. And yes, highest league position 2012 was the last time, so it's nearly 20 years. 27 wins is the most we've had in the league. We did break fewest league defeats, which is 3, which is just the season goal. Most goals scored in season 97 again this last season. Highest attendance 32, nearly 33 against Marseille. Highest gate receipts 1.73 against Arsenal, where we got knocked out. Viper, 40 goals by player in a season, which is phenomenal. And he also gets 34 league goals in a season as well. Best average rating. Fastest goal, Mosquera, 16 seconds against Reims. I think that was in a 7-0 win or something, or an 8-3 win, I think, maybe. Might have been the 8-3 victory. I can vaguely remember. Most assists by player, Pitten, 20. Calais did get the records for the most clean sheets, and Viper most player of the match awards as well, which is fantastic. And transfers, we did spend the most, 29 million euros for Buonanni from Nice, and Chotard going to Leicester the other way, 67 million euros, which is quite a hefty amount, and did help us. We could have done with a few more transfers like that though, to be fair. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know also down in the comments if you like this particular format. It has taken longer than expected. I think it works slightly better, but again, let me know down in the comments if you like it, or just to go back to just showing the results as previously. But I kind of liked it this way round. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one.